Hello, I'm Jubb, and you're watching this on Xtaster.co.uk. I came from a little place where I'm from called Weymouth in Dorset, and played in an impromptu gig on the seafront last night for this, what was it called? Festival of the Sea or something. There's a couple of acts dropped out, so I sort of got up and played.
What was that like?
It was alright, not too bad. Weather's not that good, so a bit of a poor turnout, but people seem to enjoy it and that, so yeah, it was alright. Yeah, it's been good. I've played quite a lot. I've moved to London a couple of months back, and since I've been here I must have played about 12, 15 gigs here and there. Got one coming up at the Betsy Trotwood again, Nambuka, what was that? Just up the road, always.
The Lock Tavern.
Lock Tavern and that the other one.
The Monarch.
The Monarch. And yeah, it's going alright. I don't think fun's the right word. It's not. Yeah, it can be mildly pleasing, but it's not a holiday. Put it that way. It's pretty hard work. I suppose there's songs that one has written, as it were, or whoever's written, and they're in a certain space and time, and it means a lot to them then, and then 3 years down the track, if you play them again, it's not quite the same, but obviously you've got to do what you've got to do, and it's your material and everything, so yeah, there's my new song, Boxing Bedroom Rebel, which I'm really happy with, and that's going down really well. And I've got a new one on the card soon about sort of intrinsic values of things, which is sort of nearly there, so yeah.
Has that got a name yet?
Not yet, maybe not in my nature, but that's a working title at the moment. Yeah, it probably comes across because it's the one that I'm I get most out of playing, and as I said, at the moment, that is what my life is, what's mentioned in that song, so it's going to have sort of resonance for me.
Like appeals to the young people as well.
Yeah, I think there's a few people here and there that can sort of have some sort of synergy or empathy to the cause that's mentioned, you know. Well, I used to be a technician for a band called Gazelles, and then I went on to be a technician for a band called Baby Shambles, you might have heard of, and and we did a tour around the country, and well, whilst I was working with Gazelles as well, I was there's a lot of downtime, and so I used to write, I could do this and just write a couple of things, and I went to music college and bits and pieces, so I've written songs in the past, but there's a bit of a gap. And when I was on tour with Baby Shambles, there was this massive gap on stage of just dead time. So I sort of said, is it alright if I get up and play? And they said, yeah, alright. And so for the last 8 days of the tour, I supported them, including Brixton Academy, and so that was good. Sort of a bit of a dream away now, but yeah. And then I went back to my hometown because the tour finished, and I didn't have anywhere to live, so I went back with my mum and my mates in my hometown like, let's put a band together. So then we put the band together, Jubb in the Dirty Sleeves, and we went on the road and supported Baby Shambles, Liverpool Academy, Clinton Pavilions, Bristol Academy, some gigs down at Rhythm Factory. And that went well, and then things just didn't really motivate any further, and I got a little, it just wasn't working for me. So I left, and it was a bit of a shock for the boys in the band, obviously, because they didn't really see it coming, but they've carried on, and the Dirty Sleeves are still living and breathing and playing and that. So yeah, I moved to London, and here I am playing gigs on my own. Yeah, obviously I would love to. There's a couple of places that I would really like to play. Glastonbury, I've worked it, but I haven't played there, and Reading, and obviously you have dreams of the odd spot on Jules Holland and things, but you've got to have a dream, haven't you? There's a song, the first songs I wrote in the first batch was called Malarkey, and it's all about the stuff that goes on with bands and the stuff that goes on around the music scene. It has references to like guest lists and what else is mentioned, sort of lack of respect between people, and that's sort of where the song's coming from. There's a song I wrote called Dear Friend of Mine, which is all about the relationship I have or don't have with my dad, and that's sort of got like a calypso feel. I try and, obviously every song's going to have some sort of thread of connection because it's me writing it and playing it, but I try and vary a bit because otherwise it just gets a bit boring for me and the punter, listener, observer. Yeah. My influences, well, I'm into jazz and singer-songwriters, people like Harry Chapman, James Taylor, Paul Simon, Billy Bragg. Obviously that must come through the music a bit. It is hard to play on your own with electric guitar, not an American accent, and not be connected to Billy Bragg somehow. And I'm a big fan of his work and respect the thing that he does. Who else? Joe Jackson, some sort of the later, more sort of musical, post-punk stuff, XTC, Cure, but I might just go home and put a bit of Frank Sinatra on, or... Yeah, it comes and goes. Great band called Garfield's Birthday, who I'm into as well. Yeah, so yeah, whatever comes in. It's a bit weird when people say what music are you into, and people... And you sort of want them to go, I like the Sex Pistols between this date and this date, and then I like Bowie between this date and this date, and nothing else. And when someone comes along and says, oh, I like a bit of everything, it seems a bit sort of half-assed, but I've just sort of learned that I've just got to enjoy what I like and not kid myself into stuff that I don't like. You know, there's always that thing where there's this new hot band, or if you're at music college, you think, shit, I've got to listen to Maiden Voyage every day, or I'm not a proper jazzer, and then you just realise, actually, no, I want to listen to Joe Jackson singing Different for Girls, so yeah. I did a degree in bass playing at Powerhouse, or Guitar Institute Bass Tech. It's moved now, but it used to be an actor. Drew, Baby Sean, was a year above me. He would hate me saying that, but he was. As well as Alfie, who I live with now, and who else? Lead singer from The Social. Yeah, quite a few people. Martin from Gazelles, I was in his class. We lived together in that. So yeah, quite a few people. Don't really realise at the time like what's going to happen, sort of thing. But yeah, before you know it, 8 years down the line, I'm on the dole. They've got records out. It's good, isn't it?
But you're doing your own thing.
I am, yeah, and I'm happy to, because I did get in a position where I had a full-time job, and I thought, right, this would be great, I'll be able to have to do a full-time job and then have the money and security and stuff, but it just wasn't me, so I just had to cut my losses, sold everything I didn't need on eBay, made my first month's rent and deposit, and then just came up here and just making ends meet. So. My new CD demonstration on Pink Hedgehog Records is out next month, which will be available for digital download, and I think there's like 150 copies being made, physical form. I've got gigs on 19th at Best Trotwood, 26th at The Fly on Yorkshire Street, and 28th at the Half Moon in Putney. If you're about, come on down. myspace.com/Jubb